Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and the day has come. The countdown has officially started. I know some of you might disagree, but in my brain the countdown has officially started. So for those of you who are new here, first of all, thanks for joining. I hope you hit the subscribe button and stick around. But for those of you who have been here for a while, you know I am absolutely and completely obsessed with Avatar: The Last Airbender. I have seen the show way more times than a normal person probably should, and I'm just completely in love with it. It reminds me of my childhood. The first time I watched it again as an adult, I was like, who the fuck let a kid's show be that good, okay? And I could sing it praises for endless amounts of days. So, like, I hold this show very near and dear to my heart, okay? I'm not here for judgment on that. If you've got judgment for it, it's fallen on deaf ears because I love it. It's a cultural phenomenon and no one will convince me otherwise. I actively seek out to convince people to watch it. My friend Kelly stayed here a few months ago, as many of you know, while she was in between places, and I made her sit down and, like, watch it for the first time in depth, and she was like, oh my god. Like, she sends me Avatar: The Last Airbender memes on every social media platform possible, all the time, 24/7. She's excited to see the new live-action remake that Netflix is making, which is why we are here today. So I suppose you can see these townhouses that we're making. Just like Netflix is doing a more modern version of the live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender remake, I thought we should do a couple of modern townhomes inspired by all the four elements, in celebration of the official Netflix trailer that dropped just yesterday, I believe, if not 2 days ago, and I will be linking that trailer in the description box down below at the end of this video, or in this video, so you guys can watch it. And then I need notes, I need a full synopsis, I need your opinions, your thoughts, and I just want to let you know that, like, slander will be tolerated, but only if I can see that there's love involved. Because I know there's been, like, so many controversial things about this entire show because the original creators left. And if you guys remember, obviously it's a children's cartoon being created into a live-action remake for probably a more grown-up audience, which I'm really looking forward to. Actually, that's one of the biggest draws to it. Plus, if you remember, a couple of years ago, we got a movie that shall not be named in terms of a live-action remake, and it was, literally, if you type in the Google, what's the worst movie of all time, you will see it come up, okay? And we're not going to talk about it, we're not going to hate on it too much because there are a lot of problems with that film, but that's in the past. That's in the past. We are here to talk about the brand new live-action series that I've literally been waiting almost 5 years for, because they announced it almost 5 years ago to the day, and I cannot wait to see it. Now, for those of you who know, I have a lot of freaking tumultuous ass feelings for Netflix, because, like, I was a college student at the time they did this, when they were like, yeah, you don't live in the same household? F off. No Netflix for you. Like, I am a student. Leave me alone. Netflix hates college kids. But I'm also going to tell you, I'm being a hypocrite real quick, because I will be doing whatever I need to do. Whether that means buying a whole new subscription, getting a VPN, whatever I need to do to see this show, I will be doing it, okay? And you guys can hate me for that. I probably low-key internally hate myself for that, but not enough to not do it, okay? So I will be watching the show. I'm so freaking excited, and I have been rewatching the show. I can't even say in preparation because, let's be real, that's my comfort show. I have a lot of anxiety, so I have the tendency to just rewatch the same stuff over and over again. If you can relate to that, I'm so sorry. But I'm really just beyond thrilled to see this. And in prep, though, I think, for those of you who have never seen the show, I urge you to go see it. I know you can see it on Netflix. I know you can see it on Amazon Prime. I'm not sure where else you'd be able to see it, to be able to watch it, but it is so freaking good, okay? But this needs to be, like, an experience. Like, if you're anything like me, and you're a little, like, ADHD prone, or whatever ailment you have, you cannot scroll TikTok and have it as background noise. I might be telling on myself with that, but I'm really bad to watch movies with, okay? It is such a phenomenal show. And then also, I'm going to have so much in this description box, I swear. I'm also going to link down below a couple of creators online who do such a good job kind of explaining the beauty and the storytelling behind it. I know, I'm gonna like get emotional. This show is my whole childhood. So like people who do a great job kind of explaining more of the cultural sides of it, people who make videos updating on all the live action tea that you guys need to know, that you feel, because I could just regurgitate it all to you, but I'll probably get half of it wrong, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I did not go information hunting for it. These people biblically bestowed upon me this freaking information. Okay, and also, do you see this sky floor? This is from the Horse Ranch pack, the sky floor. It occurred to me that this is probably like, you know, a roof painting that came with Horse Ranch. I don't care. I use it as a floor because this is obviously air. This is the air townhouse, and I'm not sorry. I did a lot of little things to kind of like pay homage to the show. And you guys might not like that. That is okay, alright? I'm going to go through and explain my reasoning to them as we do the live tour that we always do at the end, because we're zipping around so quickly, and some of it is really small, you might not see. Okay, this though, I'm going to explain right now. That's supposed to be Appa. That's supposed to be my giant fluffy monster Appa, but in The Sims, okay? I did my absolute best with what I had, and I had a lot of fun doing this. I've been planning on doing this build for months on end. I, again, have been so freaking excited for this show. I can't even begin to tell you what this show means to me. I'm also going to link in the description box down below a link to one of my favorite recappers here for the Avatar franchise, because, you know, maybe you have watched the show, maybe you watched it pretty religiously, maybe you've seen it as a grown adult, but you just want to see it like one more time. You guys are probably wondering what this room is. So at one point in the show, Aang has a flashback when he's training at his home with Monkey Yatso, and they are making fruit pies, and I wanted to like give everyone like a little homage room in their house, so that is a fruit pie room. I understand that's a cupcake maker. If you know, you know. And if you don't, go rewatch the freaking show so you get all these references. Anyway, here we are in our Water Tribe era. And she is blue. She is blue. And, you know, that's really it. I really said blue is the theme. I don't care. I'm not sad. I think I put some moon stickers in the hallway. Like, some of these got a little ridiculous. And the funny thing is, these townhomes themselves are actually really cute and so playable, I personally feel like. So, like, if you wanted to download them and just delete all the furniture and kind of keep the floor plans and whatnot, I almost went ahead and put up a version that was unfurnished. But, like, no. Sorry, guys. I didn't do that this time. I try to do that with some of my, like, suburban shells and stuff, because I get it. I'm a people's girl. I know people like to decorate. But this is honestly such a simple shape. I was like, people could recreate this if they really wanted. And I was just live, laugh, loving it. The way that kitchen just came together is a long story. I had accidentally paused my recording and then forgot to unpause it and then did the whole kitchen, and I was like, fuck. So, yeah. I did things my own way, but no one can hate on me for it. Here's me struggling to, like, place this. I know, that's, like, so embarrassing. But, yeah, and I was originally going to make a list of all of my favorite episodes, but then I realized that was really hard to pick. And then I was also considering the fact that maybe, just maybe some of you out there watching, haven't seen the show, which is Borderline Criminal. Oh my god, just so you know, I put those little scrolls there because those are supposed to be the waterbending scroll that they stole, or that Katara stole in Season 1. And then the pirates chased them. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. The lore is there. The lore is loring. Oh, and then that's a shell, because water. Okay, I tried my very, very freaking best on this, but it doesn't always work out the way we want. Okay, leave me alone. This is me just doing the hallway. I put some fish in there. I know Sokka was always, like, on the grind with that fish. You know, like I said, there was some points where I was just, like, trying to pay homage to the show, that the house got a little silly, and I genuinely don't care, okay? There were 4 of these townhouses, and I cranked these out because I was just so excited. I had a feeling they were going to drop the trailer over the 3-day weekend, so I was semi-ready, but then I also got really sick last week, so as many of you know, I was not up to par. I couldn't stream, I couldn't even get off my sofa, okay? I was a sick girl, and I watched Avatar the entire time. So yeah, that's me, and we're almost finished with our second little townhome. We're just doing a couple, like, oh no, we're not. We have a whole second bedroom. Idiot sandwich. I put a water bottle, because this is the water tribe. I know. I'm basically a genius. No one come for me. But I'm really, really excited. There's a little necklace I put down from the Everyday Clutter kit. And that is because Katara wears her betrothal necklace. You know, we had to vibe. These weren't necessarily made for the characters. Because, like, I wasn't going there. I have a lot of builds planned, okay? Inspired by Avatar. These particular builds were not inspired by specific characters per se, but there are some little nods to them. I ended up making this. This is the only townhome that I made that has a dedicated second bedroom, because I was like, okay, like, I'm repping the entire Avatar team except Sokka, so I went ahead and did this, and I put in, like, a cute little desk with, like, all of the maps, because if you remember, he made plans for the Day of Black Sun and gave to the mechanist to design these little subways, and he's, like, such a planner. He's the map guy. And then I obviously put the swords on the wall because, you know, Sokka's master. He's, like, a whole sword fighter, space sword, the whole nine. For those of you who have never watched the show, I hope I'm doing a decent job convincing you, and I also hope that you're not like, what the fuck, like, you're so embarrassing, and, like, I low-key am. We have finally moved on to the, you know, the Earth Kingdom, the earthbending element, if you will. And this, I decided to go for, like, a really industrial look, and I used these really cute, beautiful concrete floors. I think those concrete floors specifically are from Get Famous, and they're just gorge. I cleaned and nannied for a family that had a historic home when I was in high school. That is a rock lamp. No, I'm not sorry. And this family lived in a historic home, and it was, like, completely true to like the 70s. It was a mid-century modern home, and they had beautiful polished concrete floors just like these, and I'm obsessed. But I went with an industrial look because metal bending is a thing. Toph Beifong made sure of that. And I wanted to pay homage to the greatest airbender of all time, because Lord knows I won't forget it. And if you know, you know. If you get the reference, first of all, hi, do you want to be best friends? Second of all, I'm going to be honest. I feel like I could so be an earthbender. I feel like that's, like, my vibe. Don't ask me really why. Because I don't really remember the reasoning behind it. I just know when I was a kid, that's what I wanted to do and be. And I couldn't, except one time in, like, maybe 3rd grade, okay? So me and my friend Kelsey, who lived down the street from each other, we're both grown. Okay, I've graduated college. She is in her last semester studying abroad, and she's, like, crazy smart. She's ridiculously smart, okay? This was our childhood, okay? We spent every summer, like, swimming in the canal, playing outside, playing kickball, playing manhunt, and watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, okay? This was our freaking show. And now, in adulthood, okay, just to like, let you know, when they announced the live-action remake that Netflix was doing, I texted her. Okay? I texted her almost 12 years later, and I'm still obsessed with the show. And you know what makes it better? Is she texted me back. She goes, oh my god, I meant to text you about this. I'm so excited. This is a girl who, I mean, you know, we went to high school together, and we were friends. We've always been friends. But, like, I haven't seen her because I don't go home very often, and neither does she. She goes to an out-of-state college. And her family actually moved from the town we both used to live in somewhere else, so she doesn't go home very often. So this is a girl I haven't seen probably in 4.5 years, who I'm still texting, and I'm like, hey, did you see? And I just love that. So, like, I might be, like, kind of silly that this means so much to me, but I'm not sorry about it, and I think if something means this much to you, it should. As you can see, I'm adding in some clutter, and I made this room really messy because my little mud slug, Toph, she's a messy girl. And then for her bonus room, I decided to put a gym in. I thought it was, like, mostly fitting for kind of being an airbender. You know, they have their big muscles. They had, like, one of my favorite episodes and scenes from the entire series is the Blind Bandit. And when they introduce her, and, like, I think about it once a day when they pan down from her being so big and bad to this teeny tiny little girl, and I just love it. I love it, and I will always have a place in my heart for her. We are moving on to our last and final townhome. By the way, I didn't show you any of the backyards to these townhomes because I genuinely forgot to film them. Like, I just didn't film them at all. So, don't worry, we're going to go through all the backyards. I'm going to show you the bathrooms in these houses. And I'm going to go through and show you, like, all the little lore. Obviously, I had to put some tea here for Uncle Iroh. You know, just the greatest uncle who's ever lived. But we are in our fire build, our Fire Nation build. I really love the stone that I used as an accent in this house. And I tried to, like, go easy on some of the red because I know that red can be extremely jarring. Like, have you ever known anyone who is, like, a red room? Oh, not a red room like that. Not like 50 Shades of Grey red room. And if you do know someone like that, please don't expose them in these comments. Actually, do it. Fuck it. Fuck it. That's hilarious. But I mean, like, one of my friend's dads growing up had his office was painted, like, ketchup red. And I remember even the first time I went in there, I was like, this is jarring. Like, that was the first time in my 8 years on the planet I had ever understood the word jarring. And it was clear as day what it meant to me. So I was a little cuckoo crazy. Getting a little bookshelf over here. You know, so I have to warn you. Just to preface this, because it's going to come up in a few minutes. The bonus room in this particular house is, she's a little interesting, okay? And if you've seen the show, you might be able to get on board. And if you haven't, well, then you're not going to really know what the hell I'm talking about. But also, at this point, you probably don't know what the hell I'm talking about anyways. So, you know, let me live my life or whatever. This is the primary bedroom. I went really simple. And, you know, I use a lot of the Snowy Escape Pack. I don't use a lot of that very often, but obviously the show is rooted in Asian culture, and I obviously decided to use the pack that's inspired by that to try to bring out some of that. But this is by no means culturally accurate. I want to point that out because I can already see the comments, and they're like, literally, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I am just a girl, okay? I'm just a girl, no one come for me. I had such a hard time picking a rug, it's almost embarrassing. Like, I actually cut some of this footage down, and you're gonna be like, what the fuck? Okay, team, I know I have the tendency to talk past my speed build time, because I don't know how to shut the fuck up. And I am always the first to be like, oh my god, that's so embarrassing. But this time, I shall not take responsibility for that, because I was doing my voiceover like always, and right in the middle of our fourth and final townhome, I got this little error, and it was like, corrupted file. So that footage is gone, and unfortunately, you won't get to see me furnish it in real time, but no worries. That means in real time I can explain to you what the hell is going on in that fourth and final townhome. And obviously we are going to do a tour of the entire thing, the backyard, the sides, blah blah blah. And without further ado, let's get started. Here we are. We are in the world that came with Eco Lifestyle, which is one of the reasons I tried to give them this like kind of organic eco feel. I also wanted them to be a bit more on the modern side because again, the original show ended I believe in like 2008. The show is literally my childhood. So I wanted to, you know, modernize them a bit, glow them up. Plus, I've really been liking the style lately. I also didn't want to go, like, full modern build because I suck at modern builds. This is about as close as I can get. But, as you can see, we have air, water, earth, and fire. And this is just glorious. I'm obsessed with her. Here's a little bit of the view from the back. What is going on here? Okay, hold on. There we go. And I even put this over here to kind of represent the fact that this is the air one. Like I said, some of this is a bit silly, but I had so much fun, okay? So without further ado, let's get into it. All of these townhomes are the exact same size. They do, however, have different floor plans. So we can just pan down and look at that really quick in case any of you guys want to, like, copy these or recreate these. And if you do, I would be happy to post full images on my Instagram and like kind of label which is which. So if you wanted to potentially recreate this house yourself, you could, but you could also always just download it off the gallery and, you know, enjoy yourself. But let's go into our very first build and we can get into some of the lore I snuck in. So obviously you come in here, it's gorgeous, she's beautiful, not much going on in the entryway. I like this little built-in bookshelf. I would love to play in a house like this, like especially if I had like a starter sim kind of going on. Then we have our dining room area, and I went with this particular table because we actually see these exact, or maybe not the exact, because, you know, not an expert here, but a similar table being used during the flashbacks to Aang's past when he still lived in the Air Temple. So I thought that was fun. Then we have this kitchen. I really like the hexagon tile that we have going on. I believe this tile is from Eco Lifestyle as well, and it's technically a wallpaper. And then I put this little sign over here because one thing about Aang is he is a vegetarian because he believes that all life is sacred. And we stand a king with morals and beliefs. Oh, Lord! I didn't know that was going to be like that, but that's okay. Then we have just a little living room. I wanted to add in, like, a little bit of color, and I thought that this, like, specifically these two pillows really reminded me of Aang's outfit. I know that that's silly. I don't care. This entire concept might be a little silly. Let's go to the backyard. There's obviously a wind chime because, you know, airbender. And then, what is going on here? There we go. Then obviously I just went ahead and put out a clothes hanging rack because, again, he's an airbender and air. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it makes sense. I don't care. And then I also gave them this little hopscotch kind of thing because I like the idea of it because him and Monk Gyatso played a lot of games and that is one reason he got in trouble. Then obviously we come upstairs. It's a very intimate hallway. I actually love the overall layout. I think this is a great layout to this house, but we have just a little bathroom over here. Nothing special. Then we have, I'm like missing stuff. Like I had like stuff over here. I'm missing stuff. That's weird. Okay. Peep my cloud lights. Love them. And obviously the cloud floor. And then again, this is supposed to be Appa. This is the Sims 4 version of Appa. We stand that king. Love him. But everyone needs a flying bison, obviously. And then I really like the floors I went in here. I know they're a little nail in the head, and I love that. Then, of course, over here we have what could be a second bedroom if you decided to play in this house yourself. It's a great size second bedroom, and honestly, you could probably even fit in a whole nother bathroom right here. Like, I'm going to show you. Like, if you drew a line right here, you could so have a complete another bathroom. But, whatever. And then, this is because in one of the flashbacks we see during the show, Monk Gyatso and Aang are making fruit pies because the other kids left Aang out of their game. A game he created, by the way, because it would not be fair for the Avatar to be on anyone's team. So the only way to make it fair is to, you know, exclude him. And then obviously, like, all the stuff I would imagine you'd need to make fruit pies and whatnot. So that is that. It is now time that we break into the water tribe version of these townhouses. Let's get down into it. Oops. Obviously there's a fountain because water tribe. So you come in, there's this cute little entryway. I love the flow of this house. And this house actually has something a little unique and different because, again, all of these houses have different floor plans. So I use this like weird wave statue from Island Living. I don't know, it fit the vibes. Then of course we have our little living room area, this coffee table from Growing Together. I don't know if it particularly matches, but I just had to use it. Like I couldn't not use it. And then we have just like a little dining area. I like how like cute and cozy it is in this place. And then of course we have our kitchen. Look, stuff keeps deleting. My books kept deleting. That is so annoying. I'm gonna put them back. Okay, crisis avoided. My books are back. And then over here, I actually didn't film this. This is a little laundry room. I didn't think it made sense for it to be another bathroom, although that was my initial thought. But I wanted them all to have like the same kind of doors and windows and whatnot because it's cohesive with what's going on in the front. So I ended up making a laundry room. So actually 2 of these units have laundry, which I think is cool. And I just love this little laundry room. It's giving Pinterest icon in the best way. Then you're going to come upstairs. We have a little hallway with lots of fishing things because, you know, Sokka loves meat. Then over here we have that second bedroom with, again, all of the swords one might need and, you know, plans, yada yada yada. I tried my best. I liked it. It's very plain, but that's because it's meant to be like a guest room of sorts. Then over here we have our primary bedroom and our primary bathroom. We love her. She's beautiful. And then obviously, you know, because Katara has to talk about her dead mom and Hope all the time, that's our version of her betrothal necklace, sue me if you don't like it. And then let's go into the backyard. There's not a lot going on, but there is a pool. Because again, what a tribe. Okay, so that's that. We are now in the Earth Element townhome, and as you can see, the landscaping here is giving rock garden. Because what the hell else would I put? And I love this. It's very green, organic, industrial. I also, you know, am a self-proclaimed earthbender. But you come in, and she's a gorgeous girl over here. We love her. We cherish her. I like the little entryway in this house. I like the flow of this one as well. Very playable, in my opinion. I like the stone detailing in the living room. I do wish I went with a different color than brown, per se. But the green swatch was not serving. I'll show it to you. This is the green swatch, and it just wasn't really matching the kind of green I was vibing for. So, you know, we went different directions. We went in the brown, earthy tones. Then over here we have a kitchen. We made use of a lot of copper materials in the sink over here in our details, and I really like this kitchen. I think, again, it's really playable. You have two proper counter spaces that you can use, and then obviously we have a little dining room, and this, if you type in the word rock, this is what you get. So keep that in mind. We have a rock poster. We're that bitch. Then you head upstairs, and we have obviously just a little hallway, nothing special. Let's go into the primary bedroom. So this is our primary bedroom, and it is messy because Toph is a bit messy. And we have some clipping. Then I put this little money bag over here because at some point the blind bandit is a real thing, and she is scamming people out of money in season 3 until they eventually get captured by Combustion Man, her and Katara, so it's a whole thing. Then obviously just like some more clothes and stuff to make it more cluttered, and then I added this because it came with the Industrial Loft Pack and I just like it, so sue me. Then over here we have just our gym I was telling you about. Nothing super crazy, but you know, somewhere to like pump the irons and whatnot. So I'm really happy with how this apartment came out. I think it's my favorite. And then we just have a little bathroom, nothing special. Let's go into the backyard now. So in the backyard, again, they have these beautiful little stone lanterns from Snowy Escape, and then I put these little pebbles underneath as if like maybe Toph was out here actually earthbending. I don't know. Maybe it was me. Maybe I was out here actually earthbending. And then again, more rock garden things. And I just put a grill because for like playability's sake. But that is this entire townhome. Last and certainly not least, we have Zuko here. If you get that, you get that, and if you don't, you don't. But this is our townhome, and as you can see these flowers over here, I was actually trying to imitate something we see in season 3 when Katara meets Hama, who is the innkeeper. I believe the episode is called The Puppet Master, and we learn about bloodbending, but she tells Katara about how water comes in places you'd never imagine, and shows her a field of fire lilies. So this is what we're pretending is fire lilies. I tried to look up actual lilies and just try to like make them red in the game, but I didn't find any in the landscaping category. But this is her. You walk in, you have this cute little entryway. It's a little tight, but I actually think the flow of this in terms of like IRL is very nice. The little red detail on the stairs. Then of course we have our kitchen with our tea because no one loves the tea-loving kookiness like Uncle Iroh, and we stan Uncle Iroh. Then of course we have this kind of like monochromatic, organic. You know what? Fuck me. I need to stop using adjectives like this because I watched HGTV one time and I don't know what I'm talking about. Everyone, this is a Fire Nation inspired build. Leave me alone. So that's our little dining room, and then of course we have our living area. I loved this sofa. I believe this sofa is from... What is it from? This is from Dream Home Decorator. I just think it was beautiful. I really like the pillow details. And then this rug, I've actually never used this swatch. This swatch is from City Living. And she's a gorgeous, gorgeous girl. And we're totally obsessed with her. So that is our downstairs. Let's go upstairs. A little hallway. And then let's move into the primary bedroom, which we saw a great deal of. It's a little busy in here. But I like the idea of like carrying in some of like that more beautiful style of, or like more of the beauty side of firebending instead of just like anger and destruction. If you know, you know. Okay, this is the room I need to preface. So, Uncle Iroh is afraid of the spirits. He's been to the spirit world. They talk about it quite frequently. And Aang obviously goes to the spirit world. So, I use these void critter decals from the kids' room stuff, and I'm pretending that they are spirits. I know. I was a little bit stumped, and then it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I came up with this idea, and I'm like, I'm a fucking genius. And I don't know if I am, but this is what I did. I obviously put some candles in here too, because many times throughout the series do you see, as well as hear Uncle Iroh say, firebending comes from the breath, and you see several seeds of Zuko like in his chambers, like being all broody and ponytailed, of him, you know, breathing and working on his inner fire. So I decided to bring that and firebending is light, not destruction. And yeah, okay, so this is basically just a little office with spirits. And let's just move on. And this is the bathroom. It is a huge bathroom. I made like this like custom kind of shower with this volcano rock. I believe this swatch of tile is from Island Living, I think. And then let's move into the backyard. Again, we have more fire lilies. And then obviously I had to put in a fire pit and a grill. I mean, they're firebenders. Obviously. But this house is available on the gallery. Because I'm sure many of you want to play in it. I know I certainly would. And I am just obsessed with how this build came out overall. I'm really, really happy. I'm so excited to see this show finally come into fruition. I think it's going to be really incredible. I know that there has been like a lot of like, is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? The truth is, no one's going to know until we watch it. And I do know that this particular show that Netflix is producing has one of the largest budgets that has ever been seen by any production anywhere. So I have some really high hopes. I know when the original creators left, even I was like, but you know what? Creative differences happen, different directions happen, and I think when you take into account that they've produced things like Stranger Things that has obviously looked so incredible and has created a huge fan base and just been really awesome to watch unfold, and you give a story that is so well written and produced and now not going to be kind of marred by being on a kids network, because obviously the show itself covers some really heavy topics and covers war and death and growing up and adolescence and yada yada yada, but we're going to see that for the same audience that loved it so much as a kid, now that that audience is also into an adult. So I'm really excited to see where it goes. You know, there are some really good creative talents over at Netflix, even though Netflix did me dirty when they kicked me off my freaking family plan. But all in all, I'm really, really excited to see it, and I would love to know what you guys' opinion are down in the comments below. If you're excited, have you seen Avatar? Have you not seen it? Are you going to watch it because I inspired you to? Out of all the things that I would never purposely influence you to do, this is one I would. And this is one I wouldn't feel bad about because I just love the show so much. And again, I have a lot of Avatar content planning on coming out because the show is going to officially be released on Netflix as of February 22nd, which is only about a month away, which is so exciting. Okay, so make sure if you want to stay tuned to the rest of my Avatar content, you make sure to hit that subscribe button, follow up on my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.